Gaming Bolt presents top 15 things Fallout players hate about Fallout 4. Before you ready your pitchforks, we just want to point out that Fallout 4 isn't a bad game. In fact, it's one of the better games released in 2015. That being said, it has numerous issues, ranging from odd gameplay design choices to a less than intuitive interface. Not everyone may agree, but here are the top 15 things Fallout players hate about Fallout 4. Mass dismantling. Gathering junk in Fallout 4 has taken on a new meaning with building settlements, giving you something to create when you decide to break down said junk and create, say, security turrets. However, after collecting heaps of junk, you'll often find yourself dismantling one item at a time. The kicker is that you can mass dismantle a bunch of items on the ground. Does the game ever explain this? Sadly, no. The ending. Even those who love Fallout 4 will admit that the so-called plot twist was kind of expected. But that's not a big deal as long as it leads to a compelling ending, right? Well, that's the problem. Your ending in Fallout 4 depends on which faction you ultimately side with. However, after that, the game just ends. It's just over. Settlement happiness. Creating a settlement is pretty easy at first. Build some beds, make a nice chair for Mama Murphy, get some generators going, plant some crops, etc. However, a little meter is available at all times, which indicates your settlement's happiness level. For some players, building settlements isn't a big deal. For those who do enjoy it and just can't figure out how to max out their settlement happiness, this point became a bit annoying late into the game. Companions taking your power armor. Settlement being attacked by raiders? Clearly they don't know who they're messing with. You hop into your power armor, as does your companion. However, when the skirmish settles, they won't get out. It's even more annoying when you prep some power armor for yourself, but your companion hops in instead and won't relinquish control. Dialogue system. Of the many legitimate criticisms Fallout 4 has, the dialogue system is a pretty big one. Rather than explicitly marking out exactly what each option says, you have options like sarcastic. What does sarcastic mean? What response does it entail? Some of us like to know what smartass comment we're going to choose. No real good or bad path. Then again, it doesn't really matter what options you choose. You can trade sarcastic barbs all day with Preston, but he'll still view you as his best buddy in general. Though on the one hand it encourages a morally gray playthrough, it would be nice to see some blowback every now and then to decisions. Can't not accept some quests. Preston is so happy you cleared out a settlement, now clear out this other one. You don't want to? Too bad, he's marking it on your map anyway. You can ignore it, it's not really that difficult, but for how long? Don't you wish you could just not accept quests from time to time, thus keeping your quest tab somewhat clean? Choosing sides at the end. As stated above, regardless of which faction you choose, the game suddenly ends. However, the only thing worse than an inconsequential ending is choosing a side to begin with. The reasoning for this is simple. Each faction offers different benefits, like the kinds of reinforcements you can call into battle. If you join all the factions at once, then you can call in 3 different kinds of support to help you out. It just makes choosing a favorite at the end all the more difficult. Underwhelming visuals. We don't want to be the ones to say it, but we'll say it. We're impressed by Fallout 4's scale. However, the visuals aren't befitting a 2015 game. We won't compare it to The Witcher 3 anytime soon, but honestly, when Skyrim first debuted, it looked pretty good. It seems like we're at this point now where Bethesda needs to commit resources to significantly advancing its own engine. Not an enormous leap over Fallout 3. And that leads us to the other big issue with Fallout 4. It's not a huge leap over Fallout 3 in terms of quest structure or storytelling. VATS and the gunplay have improved tremendously and the perk system is much better. However, it's just not the big step forward we were hoping it could be. Dogmeat, or AI companions in general. When you first meet Dogmeat, you can't help but be overjoyed. It's a doggy and he's your companion. He also can't die, removing much of the heartache from the previous game. However, he's also dumb as bricks. Dogmeat will often get stuck on staircases, trigger alarms, thus alerting enemies to your presence, and just be a nuisance all around. The other companions aren't much better. Whatever you do, don't give any of them a fat man. They'll use it at close range and kill you both. Iffy lip syncing. It's yet another minor complaint, but it exists all the same. Perhaps because Fallout 4 is still using an older engine, but the character models don't quite have the right lip syncing at times. Combat could be more fluid. Combat in Fallout 4 is leaps and bounds over its predecessor. Whereas Fallout 3 seemed to require VATS at most opportunities for precise shooting, you can now pull off headshots and such without relying on it. However, compared to modern shooters, Fallout 4 feels less fluid. Glitches. Bethesda titles are no stranger to glitches. Open world games in general are hard to safeguard against bugs, but again, given the amount of time Fallout 4 was in development, you'd think said glitches would have been cleaned up better. Clunky interface. Maps in Fallout 4 don't have roads. Navigating the Pip-Boy interface can be annoying at times when it's not clunky. The looting controls take some getting used to, and the game, as noted above, fails to explain several key points. Mods exist to make the Fallout 4 interface more intuitive, but that foresight should have come from Bethesda first. And if you like what we're doing, go ahead and click that subscribe button. See you soon.